coming up in this read. But everything about this read, Aries, is indicating that you're in a much stronger position now to defend yourself than you ever were. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're going to be firm but fair. And this is how you can overcome whatever this situation is. Aries, let's get into your February reading. Any information that you need, you can find it in my description box and in my pinned comment below. If you're cross-watching for an Aries, then just switch over the roles because I could be speaking directly to you. And please do remember that this is a general reading, okay? It's not going to resonate for absolutely everybody. So you take what's yours and you leave the rest for someone else, okay? Please also do respect the tarot and approach with patience, an open mind, and without any expectations, okay? Because oftentimes you will find that tarot can and will surprise you, okay? Also, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. It's very rare that these cards will come out in reverse. So what I'm doing for you, Aries, I'm going to attempt to pull 3 from these 2 decks. And then we're going to pull 2 from this deck here. And this is laying the groundwork for the rest of your read. And then we'll start pulling your tarot, okay? Aries, please, for February. Aries for February, please. Thank you. Okay. Right, so thank you for being patient. Right, so you have the Rat, which is growth, personal wealth and complacency. The Crown in reverse. I'll just put it there so you can see. Now, with it being in reverse, it pertains to obscurity, compromise and balance. And then the Anchor in reverse. Feeling adrift, struggling and wanting to be free. With embrace your flaws, without them you would be dull indeed, and do not let yourself become someone else's shadow. So interesting energies here, Aries. Now, the first thing that I'm feeling is with this particular Rat, there has been, or there will be, a certain amount of growth in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So like this could be anything, like it could be a relationship, it could be a business, anything, okay? You decide how and where it resonates, if at all, right? Something that you were stuck on for quite a while, there does seem to be a bit of a breakthrough here. But there is a warning against you becoming complacent, okay? So now is not the time to take anything for granted. Not that you would, but in case anybody was feeling tempted to take anything for granted, you're being warned against that, okay? I'm also feeling that there is a huge message here as well for someone else that you're dealing with, Aries. And it's a warning for someone else not to take you for granted. And I feel that that rings true, especially with this, don't let yourself become someone else's shadow. Someone else is possibly taking you for granted and just assuming that they can ask you for favours and you'll always be there and you know you'll always help them out whenever needed. That might have been true in the past, but there's a realisation that you can't always be there for everybody else all of the time, because ultimately you do need to start putting yourself first. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that you're not going to be able to extend your help towards someone else, I'm getting, over the next couple of months. Okay, so you might be being viewed as being selfish, but so be it. All right. With the Crown in reverse, I'm feeling that obscurity and compromise more than anything. Someone feels like you have forgotten about them and that they're just fading off into some kind of obscurity. So they're no longer a priority, right? And this is the compromise that you've had to make. So again, it's come full circle to you pitting someone else first all of the time, and now you've had to retreat and you've had to pull back your energy. It's leaving the other person, whoever it could be. It could be someone at work, you know, expecting you to do overtime all of the time, and all of a sudden you've had to say, no, I can't do it anymore. They are feeling let down. It could be a relationship as well. Again, take it as it resonates. But they're feeling that you're just going to end up forgetting about them. So I don't know who this individual is. It's going to be a different person, of course, for everyone, because you're not all dealing with the same person, but this is just the main energies. It seems to be that the running theme, Aries, is you're dealing with individuals who can be really quite selfish, and then they make you, or try to make you, feel guilty for needing to put yourself first. Okay, and then adrift, struggling and feeling free. So in the short term, you could be taking a bit of a pay cut, all right, in order to free up a little bit more time. But again, this is the compromise, crown reverse, that you've had to make, because there's not enough hours in the day for you to do absolutely everything. So it's indicating that through this internal compromise, you will start to feel a lot more free within yourself, and it's indicating that you're quite happy, or you will be quite happy with that compromise when you realize how much more time you actually have to play with. It will make you a lot happier than you have been previously, because you're going to have the time then to indulge in things that you want to do, you know, rather than constantly being there for everybody else and never having enough time to spend on you. So it is ultimately, in the long term, it is going to make you a lot happier. Now, with this, embrace your flaws. I'm feeling that potentially whoever it is that ends up being upset with you, Aries, is likely to come out with a few things that upsets you. I'm seeing that you're going to be able to shrug it off and to come out with some kind of really clever, it's like a really clever comeback, rather than internalizing whatever horrible things that they have to say about your sudden reluctance to put everyone else first. Okay, it's just them basically lashing out, and you're going to be able to have this really clever comeback to show that you're not really that bothered, you know, by whatever it is that they have to say. You're not actually that bothered. Have a 9-card spread, please, for Aries. Okay. Oh, that was super quick. Right, so as always, I will shout out the zodiacs that I see, but please, again, do keep an open mind, okay, because they could be placements in your own chart. It could be directly connected to someone else that you're dealing with, or they could be character traits as well. Okay, so you have the King of Cups, Scorpion energy, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, Five of Swords, Aquarius. The Ten of Wands is Sagittarius. The Ten of Coins, Virgo energy. It's for Aries, please. Thank you. Queen of Coins, Capricorn. Wow. What else for Aries, please? Thank you. Queen of Swords. That's Libra energy. Else for Aries, please. Temperance, Sagittarius. Thank you. And the Three of Coins, Capricorn, with the Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. Okay. So the strongest signs that are coming through, you've got the Ace of Swords under there. It's air, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius. Okay. Right, the strongest zodiacs, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Libra. Okay, they're the strongest signs that are coming through. The card that's central to your read is the Ten of Coins, which is absolutely beautiful. So we saw, Aries, that you are likely to be put in a situation where you have to compromise between taking a slight pay cut in order to free up more time so that you can start to really live and enjoy your life. Okay, we see that with this Ten of Coins and the Queen of Coins being right next to it, your finances are secure. Okay, with this, your finances are secure. You're going to be absolutely just fine with that particular combination. Okay, you're still going to be able to afford the things that you want and need. You're still going to be able to pay your bills, all that good stuff. Okay, the Queen of Coins indicates in your particular spread, because of the context of which it's coming out in, it indicates that you've got a really healthy attitude when it comes down to your finances and how to make the most out of what you have as well without feeling like you're struggling. Okay, Ten of Coins, being comfortable, being secure. So yeah, I'm seeing that whatever threats are possibly being thrown in your direction, Aries, they're baseless. They're absolutely baseless. Now, it's a bit of a mixed bag, this one, because it's quite jumpy. Your overall energy is the Five of Cups. So someone is currently sitting in regret, or they're just not looking at what they still have. Okay, I don't know if this is you or someone else that you're dealing with, but it does indicate that you, specifically Aries, you need to keep your boundaries very, very strong. Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, your boundaries are going to be tested. So this potentially can indicate someone is about to play a game with you. All right, and it feels a wee bit threatening, but ultimately, again, I don't see that you have much to worry about. Okay, so like they're trying to threaten your financial security, and they're not actually going to be able to achieve their goal, because their goal is you do what I tell you to, when I tell you to, how I tell you to, and you're sitting there going, the hell I will, you know. I don't think whoever this individual is, that they fully appreciate who it is that they're dealing with. Okay, I really, really don't, because if they understood who it was that they were dealing with, then they wouldn't be trying to play these games in the first place. So yeah, initially this is very, very likely to piss you off, as it would, but the way that you handle it is very, very balanced. You're keeping your emotions in check here with the King of Cups. Okay, you're not going to allow your anger to come out. Knight of Wands, even though your initial internal response is going to be, how fucking dare you, you know. You're going to be able to keep that in check because you're keeping your emotions in check. Any kind of sudden move would be a mistake. Knight of Wands, Five of Swords. Okay, so the way to win this battle, if you like, is to simply keep your anger, your frustration in check. Obviously, don't say anything that you would regret later on down the line, because then it would be you on the other side of this Five of Swords, which is very unpleasant. So as long as you stay calm and neutral and try not to take it personally as well, then you will be victorious in this situation. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And I don't want to come across as being patronising as well. See, tarot is amazing for showing us what potentially is around the corner and how we can best handle it so that we can avoid making things worse. Okay, this is why we use tarot, right? And obviously you don't want to be making things worse. We're seeing that because you stand your ground, Aries, in this professional, calm, balanced manner, again, whether it's work or relationship, makes no difference. You're going to be approaching this situation the exact same way. All right, calm, balanced, firm and fair as well with the Queen of Swords, especially when it's right next to Temperance. That's you being firm but fair. You will be finding yourself in a situation where you actually have earned the respect of everyone else around you, because you've shown that you've got a very strong backbone, and you've shown that you're not going to take ill treatment lying down. You're not going to take this short notice BS just sitting down. You know, you're just not going to be accepting it anymore. Again, in the past you might have done, because you might have felt in the past that you weren't really in a position where you could defend yourself. But everything about this read, Aries, is indicating that you're in a much stronger position now to defend yourself than you ever were. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're going to be firm but fair. And this is how you can overcome whatever this situation is. Okay. In the meanwhile, you are going to have to face, unfortunately, I want to say a temper tantrum from someone else who is expecting you to just jump every time they click their fingers. Okay. And again, this is where your embrace your flaws card comes in. Everything about this energy here that I'm feeling with this particular card, it's not you trying to make out like you're Little Miss or Little Mr. Perfect in any way at all. It's just you being a good example to yourself, to your kids if you've got any, and to anyone else who is watching this entire thing play out. You're being a really good example for everybody around you on how to defend yourself in a healthy manner. Okay, again, you're not trying to make out like you're perfect. You fully understand where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. And you refuse as well to be like everybody else and to just fall in line like everybody else, because that would be incredibly dull. You're giving strength to those around you as well, because of your the way that you're carrying yourself right now. You're like a beacon for everyone else. You probably don't even realize it, but you actually are. You know, it's to say that this is a work environment and everyone else is shit scared of the boss, and everyone else just has to sit and take God knows what kind of abuse from the bosses, and you're there like, no, this isn't right, I'm not going to do that, this is my contract, you know, you can't deviate away from that, blah 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 blah, I didn't sign up for this. You know, just as an example, everyone else is sitting there going, wow, bloody hell, I had no idea that I could stand up for myself as well, you know. So somebody is basically about to make a fool of themselves, Aries, because they're trying to pick a fight with you, potentially, and they're not going to get anywhere with it, because you're standing firm, you're standing your ground, and you are doing the right thing as well. That's a really refreshing read. So I don't feel it necessary to clarify anything there. I think that was about as straightforward as it could possibly get. Also as well, for some of you, there's potentially, there's a promotion here as well. So you're being heavily watched at this time. And again, how you handle yourself is very, very impressive. Impressive enough to the point that for some of you, you're going to be offered some kind of promotion by someone else. What else for Aries, please? Okay. Right, so you've got quite a lot. Here and now, so being present in the moment. Man holding a heart, interesting. Rest and rejuvenation. And third chakra, Archangel Shamiel. Your third chakra is your solar plexus, and that is all about your right to take action. It deals with your power and vitality, your willpower. It can be blocked by shame. So with this, I'm seeing this particular combination, Aries, as you have done specifically a lot of meditation on your solar plexus chakra, because there was something about oh, that's interesting. I'm getting the word emotional blackmail. So it's like in the past, you used to have a lot of people playing that emotional blackmail, making you feel guilty, making you feel sorry for them so that you would go out of your way to do things for them. But because you've been meditating heavily on your solar plexus, you're no longer vulnerable to being made to feel shame or ashamed, and you've understood your right to take action and to do the right thing for yourself as well. And this is like a boost of confidence as well, that makes you feel more excited about your future and your potential. Staying present and in the moment and dealing with things as and when they come, instead of overthinking and jumping too far ahead. This is how you're approaching life. One step at a time and one day at a time, and you're trying to stay focused in the moment. That's really, really healthy. And man holding a heart. Now, this could be, you could be the masculine energy that is comfortable with your emotions, or if you're interested in a masculine, they could be I'm getting that they're being more honest with their feelings towards you. That there's something here about being emotionally mature, having a greater sense of clarity and a greater, a more healthy balance when it comes down to emotions. That's interesting. There's multiple different ways that you could read that one. Funnily enough, Aries, through you having a backbone and defending yourself, I get the sneaky impression that you've turned someone's head, and it's like through you doing this, it's turned someone else on. There's a bit of that that's going on here. So Aries, please. Okay, so I'll take one of the top ones because we had a jump there. Forgiveness, letting go, healing, growth and compassion. So that's the heart chakra. And if anyone's interested in numerology, that would be number 23, which is reduced into a 5, and 5s pertain to change. Or you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo placements somewhere in your own chart. Okay. Right, so again, usual rule of 3. We'll take the healing message from the creator of the deck. Your own intuition is going to give you a lot of messages as well while you're looking at the card. And then finally, I will give you my intuitive message. Okay, right. So it says, letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Letting go of unresolved grief and blame towards yourself and others, the path of freedom awaits. It's time for you to release unresolved grief and blame towards yourself and others. When we cling to pain and grievance, we can create blockages in our heart that dampen our energy and experience. Even if we believe that we're justified in holding back forgiveness, in the end, we are the ones that suffer the most. Like a fragile wound freshly cleaned, when we release old anger and resentment, we may at first feel raw and vulnerable. It is here in our vulnerability that we're wide open and sensitive enough to truly allow the healing process to begin. In this letting go, there is a strength and a lightness of being that has the power to transform. This card is an invitation to allow the energy of forgiveness to move through you. If you have not had the chance yet to fully express your grief or anger, then you may wish to write down your feelings, cry it out, or even yell if you need to. Express what comes up for you, and then be willing to release it. Whatever it is, it does not need to define who you are, nor does it deserve to burden your heart any longer. Look at what it is that you've learnt and how you have grown from your experience. See the situation, yourself and others with compassion and empathy, and recognise that we're all human and that mistakes actually lead to our growth and better understanding of each other. Look for the positive. Forgiveness does not mean that you agree with whatever has occurred. It just means that you choose to accept things as they are and realise that now they're in the past. Be grateful for the new understanding and perspective that you have on things. Trust and allow all of life's imperfections, including your own, to be released into the breeze where they could spiral their way lightly back to the earth. Set yourself free through forgiveness. Okay, so with this, lots of different things with this one. It's now I do have to be responsible with this one. I don't stand by the whole forgive and forget bullshit. Okay, that's incredibly dangerous and it can ultimately set people up to fail, right? So for me, my intuition is saying that this is about remember, learn, heal, and release. Okay. And also, whatever it is that you need to forgive yourself for as well, stop holding grudges against yourself if that's what you're doing. Okay. People make mistakes. We make mistakes all of the time. We're supposed to make mistakes. This is how we learn. So if you've been holding any mistakes that you have made against yourself, it's time for you to surrender that. Okay, work through any grief that has been stewing inside of you, any kind of grief. It's time to work through what you're feeling rather than ignoring it or trying to think of the positive all the time, you know, toxic positivity. That doesn't work. The only way that you can work through this heart chakra blockage is to sit with it, sit with your feelings, honor your feelings, feel it out. You know, if this is mistakes in the past that make you want to cry, then absolutely cry it out. You know, it's all about finding a healthy outlet for what it is that you feel in your heart. Okay, and of course, if this is someone else that has hurt you, again, same thing. Sit with it, write it down. Okay, don't keep this festering inside because it will block you up even more. Okay. Right, okay, so I'm about to pull out the swearing cards. If you're allergic to swearing, then you don't have to listen. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy my content so that you can stay updated with any brand new video. Okay, right, you're giving away your power. That's interesting. You're giving away your power. You're a badass. Act like it. Yeah. That is pretty much consistent with what we've seen in your read. Stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. So Aries, if someone else is expecting you to change their life on their behalf, and they're whining at you about how difficult things are, this, that and the next, and basically expecting you to deal with their problems, again, that's not really acceptable, is it? Because they have the power to change up their own, they have the power to decide their own destiny, the exact same as you do. Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky lying bastards. Yeah, so every so often there's that guilt and shame creeping through again, isn't it? Someone's trying to make you feel guilty. What else, please, for Aries? Don't be afraid to slow down. That's so cute. Rest is absolutely necessary. Grinding yourself to the ground is absolutely not. It's okay to move slowly at your own pace. Looking cute and docile, maybe hanging from a tree. Be more sloth. Yeah, it's circled right back to the start of your read, basically, Aries. Don't be afraid to slow down. In fact, you're being told to slow down. And for some of you, your physical health might have been taking a knock because you were overworking. Okay, so yeah, it is time for you to slow down. Okay, create more time for you to spend either in your own energy, doing the things that you enjoy doing, or spending more time with your family and your loved ones and all that good stuff. Okay, that there is no need for you to be constantly nose to the grinding stone, as they say. Okay, you absolutely do need to create time for you, right? Really interesting read. So that is what I have for you. If you would like to book a private reading with me that is more catered to your needs, then the link to do so can be found in my pinned comment below. Thank you so much to everyone who has liked, shared, subscribed and supported my channel. It really does help me to get the messages out there to those who need to hear them. And thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak again soon. Bye.